In the aging corridors of New Haven Mall, most shoppers barely noticed the man in the gray janitor's uniform. He came before the first lights flickered on and stayed long after the last store locked its gates. His name was Samuel Ortiz, but few ever asked. For 20 years, he mopped the same tiles, polished the same railings, and picked up after generations of strangers. Teenagers mocked him. Managers barked orders. Customers passed by with coffee cups that leaked sticky trails. But Samuel never spoke back, never complained. He just kept cleaning, like the job wasn't beneath him but part of something bigger. Beneath that worn uniform was a quiet resolve, and behind his calm eyes, an idea taking shape, slowly, day by day, as silently as his mop gliding across marble, during his 10-minute breaks. While others scrolled their phones or stepped out to smoke, Samuel pulled a small notebook from his pocket. In it, he scribbled numbers, floor plans, customer flow patterns, and ideas. He wasn't writing poems or grocery lists, he was drafting business strategies. No formal education, no degree in business. Just decades of quietly watching how stores rose and fell. He noticed what made one boutique thrive and another die out within months. He studied managers who led with heart and those who only cared for numbers. Every supply delivery, every peak hour, every customer complaint, Samuel absorbed it all like a sponge. The janitor who cleaned everyone else's messes was building something no one could see, one rainy Thursday. The shoe store near the food court shut down. A For Lisa sign replaced the neon logo. The mall's leasing manager shrugged, another small tenant gone. But to everyone's surprise, Samuel walked into the leasing office the next day. He slid a cashier's check across the desk 6 months of rent in advance. "I'd like to lease it," he said simply. The manager blinked. "You?" Samuel nodded. 20 years is long enough to know what works in this place. The manager chuckled, thinking it was a fluke. But the paperwork was signed. That corner unit, once dismissed as a dead zone, now had a new tenant. Samuel Ortiz, janitor turned entrepreneur, for the next few weeks. People watched curiously as Samuel worked nights painting the walls, installing racks and arranging boxes with labels. He didn't hire contractors. He used tools he had collected over the years, tools others discarded. The name of his store, Every Step Matters. He wasn't just selling shoes. He had designed a hybrid space where every pair came with a purpose, footwear curated for posture, recovery, and performance, especially for people who stood on their feet all day. He marketed to nurses, warehouse staff, janitors like himself, people ignored by high-end athletic brands. His first week, sales were modest, but those who tried the shoes returned. Word spread, especially among the mall's own staff. Janitors, cashiers, food court workers, they felt seen. Samuel offered them discounts, foot scans, even tips on injury prevention. He had found a niche and honored the people others never thought to serve. Soon. A customer posted about the shop on social media. "A janitor opened this and it's better than any chain store." The post went viral. Local journalists came, sniffing around. When asked why he chose to launch now, Samuel replied, "I cleaned this floor for 20 years. I knew where people stopped, what displays caught their eyes. I was learning the whole time." That quote hit a nerve. Suddenly, Every Step Matters wasn't just a store, it was a story. News outlets ran pieces on the janitor who became a CEO. Samuel didn't crave the fame, but he knew what to do with the attention. He reinvested profits, expanded his inventory, and began talking with local manufacturers to develop custom insoles. By his 6-month mark, he was operating with zero debt, growing profits, and planning something even bigger. But he never stopped mopping his own shop floor. By the first anniversary of Every Step Matters, the store had doubled in size. Mall traffic increased, curious to visit the place started by the man who used to sweep their trash. Samuel trained his small team, personally young people, often from overlooked backgrounds who needed a second chance just like he had, he taught them not only how to sell, but how to observe. "Watch the customer's gait," he'd say. "Their shoes tell you more than their words." He instilled pride in the smallest details. His team flourished. Customers returned not just for the products, but for the care. Samuel had built a brand without billboards, just with integrity, empathy, and persistence. And still, when the day ended, he was often seen sweeping outside his own store. Not because he had to, but because it reminded him where it all began and how every step really does matter.